Speaking of different, many things in the world have been turned upside down the past few months, with work schedules, childcare, schooling, and your finances all being affected.
And it's those finances we want to focus on next. If your income has been affected by the pandemic, there is help. Arbor Financial has partnered with Fox 17 to help our viewers rebound from those effects. Take a look. As the world opens up again and things somewhat look normal again, your finances might not look so normal. We've been living in a strange time. Well, as part of the rebound of West Michigan, Arbor Financial Credit Union has partnered with Fox 17 to help you and your budget. Let's talk to Ben.
I'm Ben Harmon. I'm the Relationship Development Manager here at Arbor Financial Credit Union. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we should consider with our personal finances. Generally, the ones I recommend first are the big ones, like your mortgage or your car note. A lot of banks and credit unions have things in play to help protect you so you don't have that loss. Essentially protecting your credit score and helping you avoid high interest credit cards or payday loans, which make it near impossible to get back to. Yeah, so if you miss payments, you definitely do not want to ignore that. Your credit report will reflect that for a long time, and you might be finding yourself in an area where you have to resort to payday loans, which again make it near impossible to get back on track when you're trying to, really revolve and get back to the normal that we have. Yeah, there's a lot of people worried about high interest. A lot of the things that you have to do is have a budget. You have to understand where your money comes from, where it's going, and that's going to allow you to see potential problems that are coming up and also avoid those high interest loans or credit cards in the end. There's a lot of people that have I want to call it a fairy tale spending habit right now, because they have had maybe unemployment, they've had things that are deferred. So when we're getting back into it, they've lived in this fairy tale where now they have to start paying these deferred payments, or things that have been held off, now they have to come forth and pay them. They have car notes, mortgages, student loans, and they're also potentially making more money on unemployment. So now they're in this lifestyle, they've adjusted. And that's one of the hardest things to do that I've seen personally financially, is to see someone come back from a different lifestyle. We can think about other hard things in life that we had to deal with that would change that, loss of income. But this is one of the hardest things that people are gonna have to do in a mass majority, because there's a lot of us that were affected by it. A lot of people are finding great relief in money just by looking at their mortgage and talking with their lender to really see if refinancing is possible. If you're in a 4% rate, you need to talk to your lender today, because chances are they can save you hundreds of dollars each month. Or maybe you're comfortable with your payment, and because rates are so low, you go from a 30-year to a 15-year and you shave off 15 years. I mean, we all know amortization tables, the interest, and so long story short, if you also have other loans, let's say you have a car note, consider doing that. You can also do cash out of your car note to help cover some of these bills if your car is with an equitable lien or with an equitable status. The other thing is, a lot of times if you have several loans or balances, a lot of people find great benefit in consolidating to one loan, so you have one low monthly payment. And the cool thing is it's fixed and the payment is fixed. So that means you know when it's paid off and the interest rate's not going to change. So right now, if you're a real low interest rate and you can get a payment you're comfortable, and let's say you take all your debt and you square it away in 48 months, you know in 48 months that debt is gone. You have a light at the end of the tunnel. I've seen a lot of people that have made budgets, not necessarily fall successful with it, but what they did in the end was that they consolidated, and that was the hugest step, because all of a sudden it's cash flows. And a lot of people don't realize how vital cash flows are to your budget. Some of the tools Arbor Financial offers during this time is we have our Level Up program. Our Level Up program is a digital interface education platform that you can get right at arborfcu.org under our Learn tab. And there's about 45 different lessons that will allow you to really choose a customized path of learning. So if during this time you're like, man, I'm not that good at budgeting, well, there's a spending tool and there's a calculator that we can put 60 different of your expenses in there, so you can actually get a printout and keep track of it. Again, going back to what I said originally, people can make a budget easy. They can understand how much money they make and where it's going, but really sticking to it and seeing that prize. And that's the biggest thing when we come back from this. People have to realize what the new normal is, right? So the new normal is whatever you want to make it. So if you didn't like what you were doing, or maybe during this time you realized there were things that you didn't need. Like I used to eat out with my family all the time. Now we've gotten back into eating at home and actually saving some money. So essentially, not everybody's going to be dealing with the struggle, but there's been a lot of changes that we've taken on that I think are important for people to recognize that, look back at what went on. Does your lifestyle better? Was it worse? Did you like where it went in all terms of money? But going back to like the tools, we have calculators, we have people, our bankers and our managers will sit down with you and make a specialized budget for you. It's not a one-stop shop. You can make appointments again right at arborfcu.org. So Arbor FCU is actually a state chartered credit union. So if you live, work, or worship inside Michigan, you can become a member. A lot of people have misconceptions that they cannot belong to a credit union, and once they find that credit unions will accept them, they actually never go back because of how much money they save. At our website, we actually have a collection of information that can help a lot of people during this pandemic as they're coming back out. So anything from education to things our banks can do to help our members or even new members, or even just education for the community in general. A way to reach out where a lot of places, financial institutions might have said, no, we're not be able to help you, we're not giving out credit. Arbor Financial has been there for our community, and we still continue to do this.
And once again, you want to learn more, you'll find the location of an Arbor Financial Credit Union near you. Just go to arborfcu.org.